They say a workman is only as good as his tools, which is why today I wanted to talk to you about needles. I'm basically in love with these needles. Hi, I'm Anja from Peony and Thyme, and in today's video I wanted to do a quick product review, although full disclosure, it's actually more like, let me tell you about something that I've been using for the last year and I'm super excited about. That is ChiaoGoo knitting needles. Also, incidentally, I don't know if that's actually how you're supposed to pronounce their name. I'm hoping it is. I don't know. If you know the correct way to pronounce it, and I'm not doing it correctly, please let me know. Okay, thank you. Okay, so last year I was desperately on the hunt for some needles. Wow, that sounds really dramatic. I really needed some new knitting needles for some sock knitting projects that I wanted to work on, and I was using some wooden or bamboo double points, but the problem is, you know, by the time you get wooden or bamboo double point needles that are small enough to like size 1 or 2 to knit socks with, they're like basically the size of toothpicks, and they were bending. I was afraid I was gonna break them. Actually, I did break one of the tips of one of the needles broke off, and so I had to just like knit from the other side of the needle all the time, and yeah, so I switched to magic loop knitting, which is my preferred method of knitting for everything. But the needles that I had really like blunt ends, and so with a really fine fingering weight yarn, it kept on just slipping off the end of the needle when I was trying to knit it, which was super frustrating. Anyhow, so flash forward to an awesome trip to a Chicago yarn store with my mother-in-law and sisters-in-law, and I found these. I got them on a whim because they were there and available in the size that I needed, and you guys, I'm so glad I did. I can honestly say these have truly revolutionized my sock knitting game, which I know is really exciting big news. One of my complaints with my other needles was that the ends of the needles were so blunt and curved that my fine fingering weight yarn just kept slipping right off of them, so everything was taking twice as long, and then you're much more likely to accidentally drop stitches, which is terrible when you're knitting like 1,000 rows with 60 needles, or with 60 stitches on your needles. Anyhow, so see if I can get a good. So these have really nice sharp tips to the needle, which hopefully you can see well there. They are, in fact, I've heard some people complain that maybe they were like a little too sharp. They felt like they were poking themselves a lot. I think it's great. I did end up with a little bit of a knitting callus from knitting socks, just because like it is kind of sharp and pokey. But oh my gosh, it works so much better for not dropping stitches with fingering weight yarn. So personally for me, I think that's like a pro on the pros and cons list. Another wonderful thing is that the join is so strong there. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. And then the cable part of it is super cool. It's actually, what do they say here? It's flexible, multi-strand, nylon-coated, memory-free steel cable. So many descriptors. But it really is awesome. If you can see there, you can see the steel cable inside there, and then that nylon coating on there. So it just makes it's super pliable, like really easy to bend, and then it just pops right back out. I've worked with circulars before where like you like did too tight of a bend, it was staying that way, and then obviously like that's a problem. Anyhow, these really don't, or haven't for me at least. Yeah, it just like you can bend it, it's really flexible, and then it bounces right back to its original shape, which is great. So yeah, that has just been really, really fantastic, and it's not too much to say that it really has like revolutionized my sock knitting game, because along with the fact that not dropping stitches, it's so much faster, and like I can just consistently grab the stitch and not have the yarn fall off. And then something about knitting with a small needle and small needles with like fine sharp edges, I finally was able to make the switch to left-handed knitting, which is so much faster. So I don't know if any of you guys have started out your knitting life as right-handed knitters and have been wanting to make the switch to left-hand knitting because it is faster. Anyhow, if you have been having a hard time with that, try knitting on finer needles with finer, good quality needles and see if that works for you. I would be curious to know. They also make larger ones. You can see here I got this for a hat project I was wanting, and so you can really see like how thick that cable is in there. Kind of get a good view. Again, like the join is so tough there, and the needles are just like, I don't know, they're a nice shape. Also really great to work with in the chunky size too. So basically, my new life goal is to have a complete set of all of these needles, so I will be set for whatever project I have. I know they have a really nice set of interchangeables, so yeah, that might be on my Christmas list one of these years. Other things they say, it's like made of surgical grade stainless steel, precisely machined tips and joins. Yeah, like the memory-free nylon coated flexible cable, blah blah blah. Ergonomically designed to ease hand fatigue. Anyhow, basically, I love them and they're my favorite. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments below, like, have you used ChiaoGoo before? Is that how you pronounce the name? I don't know. And if you do go out and buy some after watching this review, let me know what you think. And I really hope that you like them and aren't disappointed. I get mine usually just right off of Amazon. Another really great quality about them is they're really surprisingly inexpensive. I don't remember how much. I think I've been paying like $7 a pair for them maybe, which I'm totally cool doing for like a really high quality pair of needles that I will be using for forever. So yeah, I'll check on Amazon and find an accurate price. But yeah, I was really happy with the price point, the quality level, the ease of use. Yeah, basically it checked off all my boxes and I love them and highly, no holds barred recommend them. But yeah, comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll put a link below so you can find them on Amazon and check them out. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.